Instagram.
I'm going to mute my phone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, family. We are back live on YouTube, Facebook, and soon on Instagram. That's what I'm going to do right now. Let's go to Insta and connect. 1 second, please, until everybody joins us. I guess we are live now. Let's go to Insta and connect.
Yep, you're live.
Yep, I'm live. I have to just turn this down here. I don't remember how to do that. Hello, everyone. Let me just figure a few things out here, and I'll be right back with you. Listen to some music while we get settled, please.
Samba Texas sun on a red dirt road, candle bigs and a heady load. Work all day, love all night. Built this dream with bid and price. Samba candles.
Hey everyone, welcome to Samba Candles Live. Give me 1 second. Trying to figure out a few things here, and we will be soon.
Built to shine.
Hey, look on the table. There might be a pair there.
Hey everyone, good evening everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. This Thursday evening we're here to talk about dog shows. We're going to talk about how important it is to take your dogs to shows. Before we start, I want to say hello to everybody on Instagram too. I see you guys here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. We do have, yeah, that's my only problem I'm going to have. I'm not being able to listen without echoing. Okay, I guess now we're good. How is everybody doing tonight? How are you? Tony, Didi, Samba,
good.
River?
Been
Nice
on the road all day.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Was
been
it-
busy
wasn't
for
too bad.
everybody, I guess. We've been all working hard for these dogs.
Yes, trying to get them all situated.
Good evening, Vito. How are you doing, sir? Good to have you here.
Oh man, I'm doing good. I'm poodle free. First time in 2
poodle
weeks.
free. The poodles have finally
No
gone.
poodles alive.
That's good. That's good. How is everybody doing tonight? We already got some messages here on YouTube. Let me read them on Facebook too. Old School Nick, how are you, sir? Happy Thursday, Samba fam, followers, subscribers, and supporters. Wow, our week has gone by fast, but life is good. It's always good to have you here. Thank you for the support that you have given us all of these lives. You're always present, and we highly appreciate it. Shane Elliott. I hear that Shane Elliott, even though there's a woman in the picture, I hear that it's his wife, but it's a man. Am I correct, Shane? Please let us know who you are, because I always think I'm talking to a blonde lady. And
Yeah.
I don't know if Shane is a woman or a man's name, but I think he goes for both, right? Shane?
Yeah, I guess it could.
Shaney? Is it Shaney Elliott?
Shaney, yes, yes.
Shaney.
I don't know. Could be Shane.
Yeah. I think it's
Who
Shaney.
else do we have here? We have Enrique.
Enrique.
Hi, Enrique. Hello, Samba family. What do you think about pet insurance for your dog? We can talk about pet insurance. That's a great topic. I don't have any. Honestly, I did have it for Shake because he wasn't mine and he was living here. But I just have too many dogs, and I have a good relationship with my vets. But I do not, at the end of the day, if I pay insurance for one, I'm going to have to pay for everybody. And I just don't think the math makes sense. Unless they prove me wrong, you know. My dogs are pretty healthy. Unless we have like an accident or something, I'm pretty prepared to deal with that. But I think at the end of the day, if you put together 20 dogs in my backyard and how much they charge, that's $2,000 a month. It doesn't make sense for me to have pet insurance. But if you own a pet or two or three, then it's really a great way to go. I think it does. And mind you, as breeders and as experienced person that I am, and as much as I studied a lot, I have all the basics for veterinarian first emergency, you know, and either some other things that we have to take care of. So basically it would be good for me if I had a surgery or something that went really wrong and something that is very expensive. But other than that, I don't see the point. For me, for you guys that have only one or two or three pets, absolutely is worth it. Hello, Kwandu Shuker. Is that how you say your name? I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Hello. Heroes. Hey, Heroes. How are you guys doing? Love the live spam. Yes, and I invited them to be in one of our lives. We just have to find a good date for you guys because I really want to have you guys on. You've always supported me, and you've always supported our program and my dogs. And we want to, you know, as a gratitude, and also because you deserve it. I think you have a lot of stories to tell, and I would love to have you guys here. What a beautiful couple you are, and what a beautiful story you have to tell. I would love to share it with our audience. So let's just hit me up with some dates, and we're gonna make it happen. Okay. I do have so many people that I want to watch on our live that I have to invite to come over to our lives, and sometimes it's just going by so fast. We have to prepare, but there's a list of guests that we have already planned for our lives. So soon I'm going to be contacting each one of you. Yes, I am a man. Okay, there you go. Thank you for sharing that. That's important because I always thought I was talking to Shane, and sometimes I was even cute. Hi, sweetie.
I did too. I always thought it was a girl.
Yes. This is my wife in the picture. She had to take over my account. She is beautiful. You have a lovely, beautiful wife. Congratulations. And is your name Shawnee? No, I don't think so, right?
Yeah, it's Shane Elliott.
Shane.
Yeah,
but I don't
Shane.
know. Okay.
Yeah, because the second E is for the Elliott. Shane Elliott. Yeah.
You did better than most on the pronunciation. Kwan Shuker. Where's that name from, Kwan Shuker? I like that.
Hey, Aria, I just
Yes,
want to tell Heroes Kennels that I love their name and what it stands for. I think it's awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
Heroes actually comes, for the ones that don't know, they do have a religious background, a beautiful story, you know, about God, how God worked on their lives and changed their lives. And one day I want them to be here to tell their story for us. And heroes mean he rose. He rose. And that's beautiful. I would love to have them here, and we'll talk about it, you know, about the whole story. I think it's going to be very interesting for everybody to watch.
Yeah, I always read it wrong. I always thought it was like a hero, you know, like hero.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Heroes, you know, and then I don't know if I heard it somewhere or read it somewhere, and then realized it's like you said, he rose, you know, so it puts a whole new meaning to it. It's nice.
That is right. Shane Elliott. Shane, that's awesome. Thank you so much for explaining that to me, especially as English as second language alien. And I'm not an alien anymore. Now I'm a citizen.
You weren't one of the ones at the soccer game the other day?
No. What happened? Did anybody see anybody getting abducted?
I know. I'm so disappointed.
Nope. I didn't see
I
anybody.
was hoping they'd come and take. I wish the
Somebody
aliens would
said-
come and take all the assholes in the world.
You guys heard that some psychic said that aliens would come in the middle of the Brazil game and abduct the players. Is that what was happening, Vito? Is that what you told me?
I guess it was a big mothership is going to come over the stadium and take 700 people. And then some say it was going to be the players. And so I never heard what it was. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't
That
believe
is-
in mean aliens. I only believe in good aliens. And if you're bad, the aliens are going to come get you. Quit being mean.
Well, you guys don't tell anybody, but I live with one. I'm just kidding.
Archetype bullies love watching Heroes Kennels videos.
Mm-hmm.
All of what they do with visiting other kennels is what we aim to do here in Australia with our channel. That's amazing. It's so good to see and hear that there's, positivity being spread around the world because of these dogs. This is all what this is all about anyways, Then they answer us. Love you guys. I'll give you a text after the live. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sweetie. I will talk to you later. After the live, we can schedule a date because I really want to bring them on. I talked to them. We met in California at Cinco de Mayo. They interviewed me, and then I told them that we're all agreed that we want to have them on the live. So today we're going to talk about something that I barely had the time to announce, even though it happened last week, because as you probably know, my life has been crazy. The amount of messages that I've been getting every day, and not just the messages, just the every day. I think everybody's been busy lately. It seems like we're getting busier. The more technology we have around us to help us, it's actually making us more slave of the technology. And, and when I say that, I mean by now I have almost 500,000 followers in all of my social medias. And I don't know how to deal with that without having somebody helping me or some kind of automatic response. But I'm not like that. I like to try to give everybody the attention in person. I think it's much better. But I feel that if we don't have some kind of technology to help us, I'm just not getting in touch with everybody and kind of like filtering everybody that to know exactly who are the ones that are just serious. I've been getting a lot of messages, and sometimes I waste a lot of time answering messages that are not, and I'm not looking at everyone. So I apologize if you guys sent me messages for some reason and I didn't answer. The volume of messages that I've been getting is so stupid that I cannot keep up with it. Plus, like I said, I'm not having help in the kennels these days, and my shifts have just completely, now it's all on me. And until I find someone else to help me here, it's been crazy. And I had my family, my daughter's graduation. So I feel that time is less and less. It's more and more valuable every week, every day. It seems like we have less hours. So just wanted to say hi to everyone and forgive me because I want to make another announcement here before we talk about the main one. We launched the Samba kennels worldwide for future partners in other countries. This is an exclusive opportunity for people that want to breed Brazilian bulls in their country. And even if there's no one with this breed in their country, or if there's already a couple of dogs or a couple of breeders, Samba Kennels is opening a program that is anyone can apply. We do prefer breeders that are already experienced with some type of large breeds, but it is not mandatory requirement, because my goal with the Samba Kennels worldwide is actually to provide you not only with my brand, but also with our support and not just my support, but Vito's, Tony and Didi, Lauren, Oscar, Rodolfo, all of our team, all of our Samba Kennels family, they have something to offer and provide to support the growth of our Samba family. And the movement is already taken by storm, the Brazilian dogs. We know that the demand is very, very high. But if you have the demand and maybe you have access to the dogs, maybe you can come to us and buy a couple of dogs and start a breeding program. Or you can even go to Brazil and buy yourself a couple of dogs and start a breeding program in your country. But the value of having a mentor and a brand behind it, an already established and well recognized brand, is indescribable, because you're going to start already with guidance. There's no point of you. First, if I'm with you, we're not going to let you buy just any dogs. We're going to guide you in what to buy and how to buy. If you are purchasing, if you're purchasing our program, we are going to provide you within the packages that you choose already with the dogs to start your program. And they most likely are going to be the best quality Samba dogs, or if they're not Samba, they are our own dogs. If they're not maybe Samba, but they're going to be from the best bloodlines of Brazil, because we only work with the best. So this is an opportunity for one breeder or one family in every country to start a Brazilian Bull program. There will be a selection, of course. There's I cannot just give my brand to just anyone. So we're going to be selecting, the whole family is going to be involved in the selection of the new applicants. And we're just looking for people that are, first and foremost, they have to be in love with these dogs. They have to really be devoted to breeding, not necessarily to be a huge program. If you just want to have 1 litter a year to start, that's fine. But there must be, you have to have good accommodations for the dogs. Some kind of knowledge is preferred. Of course, we're going to be providing you with all the material and all the history, all the ways of doing things. I think this is the best value behind this program. Plus, you're dealing with the biggest name of the Brazilian bulls worldwide. It's not just any kennel. I think the value that Samba Kennels has nowadays, because of the way that it was built and with the dogs that we selected, is basically what makes this program different than anything else that you could encounter, and totally makes sense. Because at the end of the day, if you buy 2 dogs, adult dogs in Brazil, you're basically investing the same amount of money without getting all the support that we can get to you. Okay? So if you're interested, please contact at sambakennels.com. The email that's sliding here under the screen, as you can see. And we will be providing you with a form to fill out with some questions. It's the preliminary form, and then we'll go from there. Okay, there are many options. The only thing that I say, we don't just provide the brand or the method. You will get dogs too, because if not, it doesn't make sense. The vision of Samba Kennels does not make sense without our dogs, and we don't want to. How are you going to start a branch with a Samba Kennels signature in another country if you don't have our dogs with the same quality that we do? So we want to make sure that we provide with the best. This is a great announcement that I did, and this is why I'm telling you, if I didn't answer you right away, or if I answered you but I didn't get back to you on your second email, please hang in there. I'm answering everybody slowly. That's why I prefer to do it by email, because it is more selected and it doesn't get lost in the middle of 100 messages that I get every day on each of my social media. So please contact me by email. The email is the one on the bottom of the screen, contact@sambakennels.com. Okay. Now, the biggest announcement that I want to do is today is the topic of our live. I would love to congratulate Samba Kennels Red River, Tony and Didi for their babies. They just became champions. We have Samba's Smoke Show, the female that is a daughter of Bucanas and a daughter of Sheikh. He just champed out. And we have Samba's Big Rig. We call him Riggs. He is the son of Champion Tractor, following his dad's steps, and Hannah, who is a Klaus sister. Okay, so they champed out at a TCBR show. Apparently, I've never been to those shows, but from what Tony and Didi tell me, they say that those are always busy. There's always lots of dogs in the rings, and it's it's a big entity for dog showing, and I really appreciate that they're putting the dogs out there, and they're going to separate them from the American Bullies too, which is actually very good. It's great news for us, for our breed. I want to say from my heart a huge congratulations to Tony and Didi, but also a huge congratulations to the handler, Dusty. Dusty has been showing them since the get-go. She's also the one that champed out Tractor for me. She almost champed out Berlin, my first dog that I took to the ring, a Brazilian dog called Berlin that I sold to Mexico. Kind of sold. Somebody took from me, kind of. Long story short, he's not here anymore. But he was 10 points of becoming a champion. And he was going to champ out his last final points in Mexico, but it never happened. Not because he didn't try, but he just didn't take him to the shows, and he actually disappeared with the dog. So we work on the present. We're not going to talk about the past because the present is beautiful, and we have all these beautiful dogs going to the shows. And I thought that this would be an amazing topic for us to talk about today, because so many people don't value taking dogs to a show ring, and not only for the title. It is good that I always say that the show ring is a thermometer for you to understand how the breed is looking, how the breeders are doing their job, and also for you to understand the level and the quality of the dogs at the breed at that place or in that country. And now, finally recognized as a breed, we're going to invest heavily on taking our dogs to show. We're going to take all of our Brazilian bulls to show. We were able to recognize our full Brazilian dogs as Brazilian bulls at ABKC, and this is our next super challenge and excitement is to take these dogs to ABKC shows. Appreciate ABKC and Dave and Emily that worked with us on this. Of course, not the ones that have kids, but the dogs that don't have offsprings, they were able to be switched to what they really are, which is Brazilian bulls, and that's what we wanted anyways. Before I keep talking too much, I want to say hi to Tony and Didi again. I'm going to enhance the screen here because I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about having not only one, but two champions in the house?
It's really exciting. I don't know what to say. I think I'm still in shock still. We're new to this kind of showing, so it's definitely was a challenge. We've had lots of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, the dogs did their thing. And with, of course, Dusty's help, we couldn't have done it without her, for one thing. She's an amazing handler, and she's also an amazing friend. And so big shout out to Dusty for that. She taught us a lot and encouraged us to keep bringing the dog to the show. And so that's what we did. And it paid off, and we can't thank her enough. And not just that, but the dogs are beautiful. And that's all to Aria. So thank you, Aria, for the opportunity for to have these amazing dogs.
Oh no, it's nature. It's, God first and foremost. But of course, having the vision and putting together the right dogs together is what we do. And but many times we just pray that something good is going to happen, because we do our due diligence as breeders with our knowledge, but not always works out. But it's you, our clients, that invest in our dogs, that take these dogs to the show, that make them what they are. And I am eternally grateful for having people like you in my life that started as clients, became friends, and now are my partners. And really having them champ out so quickly, it's a huge honor for me. And I know how happy that makes you guys too.
It is. We're very happy.
It's definitely an amazing feeling for sure.
It is. It is. And you know what? We love the dogs, and I'm proud of them, because at the end of the day, they're dogs. They're animals, and they just want to please us, And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But we love them every single day. So,
For sure.
And that it's about the dogs. And so I'm over the moon. I'm super proud of them.
We are all so happy for you. Before we ask Vito, I wanna read. We have a few more. I have a few more comments here that I want to read, because we do have some comments about the champions, and then I'm gonna talk to Vito. Hey, Aria, did line breeding serve you? Yes, always. It has always served me. If that's what you mean, if it has worked for me, 100%. We have to line breed in order to fix some traits, but at least when you have a traditional breed, it really works. In this, we're starting to line breed now our dogs, because they are, most of them are outcrosses anyways. And I do believe that it works very well when you know what you're doing. Okay, Quandus Hooker. My dad gave me that name. It's native to South Africa, even though I am 100% Curaçao born and raised. Just something with Africa, I guess. Quandus Hooker pronounced Quandus. Quandus, yes. That's nice. Interesting.
Nice.
Beautiful name.
Congratulations, Tony and Didi, with the new titles. Hey, Tony, how are you?
It's Tony Cervantes, Bulliness Kennels.
Yes.
Thank you, Tony.
He's TMK now, right?
TMK
Oh,
Texas.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Tony. Sorry, Tony. Yeah.
Yes.
TMK Texas.
He's got a really, really nice boy, that piebald, I believe. That I'm excited to see.
Don't tell him that. His head's going to get bigger and bigger.
That's okay. It can get bigger and bigger. That's okay.
Tony,
Tony's always
so
been a
much.
supporter of us. We met him. Golly, I mean, when we first got started, we met him.
At
I make it sound like
TCBR.
it's been forever. It's a year ago,
A year
and a
ago.
half ago. But yeah, he's always been a super, super helpful, a good friend, and
And he's
always,
one of the people that you met during dog shows, you see?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the first time we met him, we actually met him at a TCBR show in Wichita Falls. Was the first time. That was the very first show we ever been to.
I think I met him at Rumble at the Jungle, if I'm not mistaken, right, Tony? I think that was the first time I met him. He was sitting beside TMK, and he was here in Dallas, and I went there and I met him. That's when I remember anyways. And this is what I was telling you guys about. It's so nice that going to dog shows ends up being not only an activity, to improve your hobby or your business, however you want to call it, because every time you get to see more dogs, you understand where the level of these dogs are. You get to know people. The networking is amazing. You connect with people, you do business with people there, you make friends, and it's just fun. I feel that it's the sportsmanship that counts at the end of the day.
Yes.
About breeding dogs,
Yeah.
Shane Elliott says, this is awesome. Congratulations. They're beautiful. I agree.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane. It's like I said, it's an amazing feeling, and especially to do 2 in one day. It was nice. It was very
Ben
surprising.
Delara Bullies also said congrats. Sorry.
Just kidding.
Thank you.
Tony Cervantes laughing. He said a TCBR show. Quando Shoker, congratulations, Tony and Didi, on the champions. Tony, you always been good to people around and talk to. This is what the community is about, supporting each other. That's it. I agree.
100%.
And then Enrique asked something here. Enrique said, so how would a new dog owner get involved in the dog shows besides just showing up and watching? How do you prepare for a show? First, talk to your breeder, and your breeder, one of your breeders for sure is Samba South and us. We can always guide you the right way if you're interested in showing her. It all depends on what you want to do. If you just want to go to a show and show her yourself, or if you want to really invest and go professionally and hire a handler, if you just want to watch but learn, or if you want to go all the way in and you know, participate and help and volunteer, whatever, there's room for everybody in a dog show. I tell you that much. If you just want to just take your chair, sit down and watch and learn, there's a room for you too.
I want to say that's what we done our very first show. We went to a small show in Oklahoma.
Yes.
And we just, I think, did we take Reeves? It was a puppy.
He was a puppy. He was living with us.
And we just went to watch, just to see what it was all about.
Yeah.
And just got very interested in it and got hooked in it. And then it's just been show after that. We enjoy it. And it's like you said, yes, it's about the dogs, but to me, it's a community. I mean, and it's not that big. It's not that huge. I mean, I kind of feel like everybody you meet there can be family.
Yeah.
You know, just super
sure.
supportive, super supportive. You know, everybody's got their own dogs, but at the end of the day, you know, if you ask somebody about something about the dogs, they're going to tell you to the best of their ability. They're not against you. They're very helpful, and they just want to help the breed. You know, is what we've learned. It's all about even our friends Jonathan and Sammy. They raise oldies and super nice people, and they and you know, we don't even have the same breed, but super helpful. He helped us handle a couple times when we couldn't find the help. I mean, it's just a community, and like I said, it's not very big, so it's you make the best of it, and you just meet some really great people at shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all have the same hobbies, you know. Yes, we like to compete, but it's healthy. You know, it's a healthy competition. No negativity or attitudes or anything negative, and at least in our experience. So it's just healthy competition. But at the end of the day, we're all in it for the dogs, and that's what's so important to us.
100%. I agree with you. Well, just a second, you guys, because my phone rang and I lost you guys. I don't know where the screen is here. I'm telling you, this is so hard because it disappears all of a sudden, and I don't know where you guys went. Can you guys read the next? Do you have access to the comments?
Yeah.
I think that was the last one on our. Oh no! Wait a minute.
Congrats, Tony. Congratulations.
Quanda Shooker said, although it's not a surprise, these are very well bred and beautiful. Thank you, Tony Cervantes. I think you read it. You'll always been good people to be around and talk to. This is what.
Yeah, I read that one. Okay, let's talk to Vito. Vito, what do you what can you add to this amazing
dog shows? Yeah.
You know. Go ahead, Vito.
I was just the other day when you guys announced it, then I started thinking, are they the first Brazilian champions? You know, all Brazilian bred champions? I don't know. I think I asked a question. I don't think it was ever really answered. And then Smoke I think Smoke might be the first or one of the first. But I was just impressed with, when you guys were at the show, Aria sent me a picture of Riggs, and I always liked Riggs, but I hadn't seen him. You guys hadn't put a picture up of him in a while. And I was like, whoa, like he looks like he gained 45 pounds of muscle. He really is. I mean, he looks almost heavier and thicker than his dad. I think
there.
he's one of the nicest dogs out there right now.
Thank you, Vito. Yeah,
Thank you, Vito. I appreciate
And
that.
I know he's got a good temperament.
Yes.
Oh man, his temperament's
I know he's got a great temperament because he loves those kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing dog.
But he's got tractor structure, and I think he's got tractor structure, and I think he's got his mom's bulk.
Yes.
So he's not even close to being done.
Yeah, he's just a year and a half old, so he's got a little growing to do still. So, which kind of is like, I'm like, oh my God, what is he going to end up, looking like? And I'm like Ari, I don't really zone in on like how much they weigh or anything. I just want them to be healthy,
Exactly.
I don't want them to be fat. So, and it was funny because one of the judges asked us, what do you feed? And your dogs look great, but what do you feed and how much, And so we told them, and they're like, that's all. And I'm like, yeah, that's all. Like, they get this amount. And he was like surprised that because we don't overfeed them at all. But if you feed good, they put on good muscle and lean muscle, and I just think it's good for them.
I'm going to try to speak.
Yeah.
Listening myself twice. Can you guys listen with an echo?
A little bit.
It's got a little echo.
Let me see. What about now?
That's better. Let's see.
Better. I don't know what happened. I'm listening to myself twice.
Yeah.
No, it's just once. It's just one of you on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about now? What about now? Yeah, I'm listening to myself. Let me go out. Let me go out and I'll try to restart it because my phone rang and it's connected to my MacBook and it completely blocked everything. Just a second.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it.
So, Vito, I have a question for you. How long were you a judge?
I think I judged my first show in 1999 or 2000. I went to my first, well, no, that's not true. I put on a show here in St. Louis at Carina Farms in 1997. And I judged one of the shows for, at that time, there was a show organization called the ABNA or something like that. They don't have it here in the United States anymore, but it's still in Europe. But my first show, I guess my first big show, I think it was like 1999 or 2000. I went to Denmark. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I stayed with a lady that she had this old, in Denmark, everybody lives in Copenhagen pretty much. And it's a beautiful city, old city. Everywhere you look, there's these giant, I guess they're copper or bronze, or they turn green. They're big statues of men on horses.
Oh, yeah.
And then you drive 2 hours to the other end, and it's all rural. But people go there. They have what they call summer cabin. They're right on the beach, and the beach is really different. It's real rough and cold, and the countryside looks like a Van Gogh painting, and all the barns, they have ancient barns that are built out of big hunks of granite, and they're made into a square, and in the middle there's a courtyard, and they have thatch roofs. Well, the lady that I stayed with, they finished one side of it as their house, and then her friend down the street finished it. It was so freaking cool. And I stayed in their summer cottage. And so it was a blast. Those shows I've judged a couple times, like 3 times in the Netherlands. at least in the early mid 2000s or early 2000s, I should say, we'd have 250 dogs of American Bulldogs.
Wow, that's
Sounds like an
The
SB
nature
show.
of
yeah. Our German Shepherd.
they
show
kind
is
of
really-
they want a written critique.
correct.
Yeah.
So it's
yes.
interesting. I used to love to travel, but that's when I had a wife that I could leave her with the dogs. I tried it a couple times. Every time after I got divorced, every time I'd leave, I'd come home to this one got out, that one got into a fight, this one did this or that. So it gets tough. But someday, when I retire, I'd like to go to shows more, but just I don't care so much about showing. I want to just have a freaky dog that everybody looks at outside the ring and says, "Ooh, he's a freak."
Yeah.
Vito, have you ever thought about judging again?
Yeah, I like only thing I liked about judging is it was a nice trip to Europe. I like those, but I don't know when you're at least in American Bulldogs when you judge shows, it's like a target on your back. People they leave pissed off. New people that aren't used to showing, they don't take well to criticism or not winning, and sometimes you got people that are like, my dog's the best. You don't know. My pedigree's the best or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's, you make one or two people happy and the rest of them are like, F Vito, that son of a gun. So
Right.
I don't care for that much of it really. I'm not that passionate about dog shows. When I was a kid, I went to so many dog shows because that was a place where all the dogs were. So I'd go, but I don't know. Some of the people were weird. Have you guys ever seen that movie, Best in Show? It's a comedy.
No, but I've heard about it.
No, I have not seen that.
Oh, you got to watch it. It is freaking hilarious. And if you grew up going to dog shows, it is just they got it spot on. It's a spoof
pretty
on like the
They're
Westminster
probably-
Convention Dog Show. Oh,
They're
it
probably
is.
making fun of it, I'm sure.
It's fun. But it's funny. It's truthful and it's funny. Like there's
I was gonna say,
the characters.
It's like
It's
like
just
a
a
real,
riot.
real life.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
real
terrible
life.
with names, but there's really good actors in it. And Best in Show. Watch that movie. It's the funniest thing, especially if you're into dog shows.
So let me ask you this, Vito. As a judge, when you went to nationals, you were there with us. When you look at the dogs and what is the first thing that you see? Like what draws your eye? Like for me, it's the top line. I like a really good top line, but I know each person has different things they like, and what is yours?
In American Bulldogs, it's probably different than it is in American Bullies, and it's probably going to be different than it is in American or in Brazilian Bulls. But I guess I've always had this thing in my brain that I want all the four paws to point perfectly forward. It doesn't happen that often in Bulldogs. A lot of times their feet will turn out a little bit in the back and in the front, but I look at that and then I check movement, and it's the top line and just the overall balance of the dog. You get some judges that are like, your dog doesn't have the right angulation. But if a dog is lacking a little bit of angulation in the back and it matches the front and they move really well and it's kind of harmonious, balanced, that's a better dog than a dog that has great angulation and not a good top line and the angles of the hips don't match the angles of the shoulders. And movement tells you everything,
Correct.
In these dogs, I don't know. I'm not, I just haven't been in it long enough and I haven't really gotten into it. But like when I was at the Nationals, I had to look away because I was like, I don't know what the hell are they looking at? But I don't, I'm not an expert on that breed,
Yeah.
I saw dogs were winning that are like, that dog has like a rolling gait, like an English bulldog. And, they're back feet when they track. You know, you want them to go like this, and they're like all over the place.
All over the place.
And
Yeah.
you know, these are champions.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all different for all different dogs. You know, if you judge an English Bulldog show, and you're trying to judge it as if you're judging English Pointers, you know, you're wrong. You're going to be wrong. An English Pointer has to move incredibly because it's got to be an efficient working dog. And English Bulldogs, you know, they want their head to be cut off and fit between their front legs. They want a straighter stifle. They want a real short back, and that doesn't translate into what I think of as good movement. So it just depends. Frenchies are different, you know. So I imagine American Bullies are different. They're gonna, you know, they have different things that are more important. And they used to put these things in standards called the scale of importance, and I think they should do that again, because you know, some people, you know, I've heard, you know, some people say in this breed or in English Bulldogs or Oldies, I hear them say, oh, this is a head breed, so the head is the most important thing. Well, that might be true for an English Bulldog, but it's not true for a working dog. I can't get over that. I like a good head, but I wouldn't want to give everything. But there's probably in this breed, that's what it's going to be. And what I like so far in the breed is muscle and tight skin and big.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Welcome back, Mama.
I hear you.
Well, it's still, I'm hearing myself because I have twice myself on the screen here. Just to interrupt you a little bit, because I got a message here on Instagram. The Mr. Papa Pit is here watching our live.
Oh, nice.
Ramos. I love him. Thank you for being here, Ron. He says, as a judge, I would say walking to a dog show, 2,000 people want to shake my hand. And only 2 at the end. That was great. We love you, Ron. Thank you for being here. And you are one of the people that I want to interview.
Oh, I was going to say, absolutely.
If you want to hear on the live, if you have time, just please contact us. I would love to have you out.
Yeah, I'd love to pick his brain a little bit, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for that. Sorry, Vito, for interrupting.
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know who Ron Ramos is?
Papa Pitt.
I think I've heard of him.
Yes, he's one of
Papa
the
Pitt.
oldest.
Oh, he always has a hat.
Yes, correct.
He always has a hat on. I've seen him at shows. I think I've seen him at shows. I've never met him. I've gone to ABKC shows, but
American Bullies.
I
guess
saw.
we have here.
I think I mentioned it before. A couple.
Ryan is here. Lauren and Ryan should be here. Just a second. Let me. Their page just showed up here to me.
Papa Pitt's gonna be in San.
Hi, mamas.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
We are doing wonderful.
Good.
Been waiting on you.
See you.
Sorry, a little late.
It's okay. It's okay. Here, we'll be here
What
for a
did I
little
say?
bit more.
Better late than never.
That's right.
Papa Pitt says he's going to be in Brazil in August.
We all gonna be in Brazil in August. We'll see you then, Ron. It's going to be fun. The Samba family is gonna be. We're planning to go.
Right.
We should have bought the tickets by now. Hey, Lauren, how are you doing?
Good.
Busy?
Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all. We're talking about rigs and smoke, and the importance of taking the dogs to the show. And I think you can contribute a lot about this topic.
Yeah. Congratulations, you guys. I know that I've told y'all already, but I'm like so stoked. I told Ryan whenever we got the message, I was, we both were super excited for y'all. It was well deserved, well earned.
Thank you.
They're both amazing. And I know that y'all didn't personally show them. Well, Tony didn't show them. Dee Dee doesn't go in the show ring very often. But nothing to take away from y'all, and I hope that y'all know that, obviously, because the dogs would not be what they are without y'all. So I am super, super happy for y'all. What did she ask me? The importance of showing. In my opinion, I think that it's important not only for the dogs to be seen if you're wanting your kennel to get bigger and be out there. It's important for the dogs as well. You know, it's very good socialization for them. It helps them get out there and get comfortable in surroundings that are uncomfortable, because there is a lot of movement at dog shows. Lots of noise, lots of movement, loudspeakers, sometimes music. I think that it is just good all around for the dogs and the people. You know, it's a good experience. We love going and meeting new people and getting to network and learn about people and dogs. So I definitely recommend it. I think that they're a lot of fun to go to.
That is a very, very good observation, you guys. Very good observation what Lauren just said. You know, taking your dogs out there, it helps them immensely, especially when they're puppies. Of course, you don't want to take them unless they're fully immunized. I would suggest and this is one of the reasons that most entities do not have dogs that are under 16 to 20 weeks old. Actually, the registries are usually after 6 months old. I never recommend it. It freaks me out when I see puppies in fun shows or dog shows, and it just freaks me out so much, because even for our adult dogs, you are dealing with dogs that you don't know, you know, the background, you don't know how, if they're sick, they're not, and they rub noses all the time, and it is very irresponsible to take sick dogs to a dog show, but it can happen, and sometimes you don't know that the dog is sick, and you take it out anyways, and then you bring everything back home, and especially if you have a kennel, it is a big responsibility. So just make sure that your dog that you're taking is protected and immunized with the right shots, and it should be fun. It should be good, but it's great for their temperament. What Lauren said is it has a lot of it makes a lot of sense, and it's very important. Just for them to, even if you have a shy dog, sometimes the dog is just shy. You don't want to show him in the dog show, but just being there, interacting with people, interacting with other breeders, that will help and socialize the dog with you and with other dogs that are already socialized, because usually you go to dog shows and there's a lot of dogs there that have been going to these dog shows for a long time, so they know how to behave, and they instinctively they tend to copy the other behaviors by influence, you know. So Lauren, thank you for your 2 cents on this. It means a lot. And Vito was saying something. I didn't mean to interrupt you again, Vito. We just had to let our beautiful Lauren talk.
You know, about bringing puppies to shows, I don't mind when people bring puppies that they're going to show if they're fully vaccinated. What I hate is when people bring puppies to sell. Like there's a cage of puppies. I'm like, oh my God. We're like, who's going to go to a show with cash money to buy a puppy? And if you're that, you know, you need to go to a show to sell your puppies, hang it up, man. And that's where the sickness comes from. You got a bunch of puppies all in a cage. They've been driving across the United States in a crate. You know. Now, that's what I hate.
You see that quite often, actually, at different shows. People with
it's always like new people.
So I'm just like, oh, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's always like new people.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, they do sell dogs a lot. They sell a lot of puppies when they go to shows. That's why they keep taking them, because they do, you know.
So yeah, they had some puppies at the last show we went to, and I think they sold quite a few of them while they were there.
Frenchies, I think they sold.
Frenchies, yeah. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm to each their own. You know, to each their own. I would just be
freak out.
I would be scared to take my
all my puppies. If I brought one, I would carry them ever and get to the show ring or something.
Very good.
Yeah, I just think that they should outlaw it.
Yeah. Well, it is for puppies. Like I said, it's very bad environment because adult dogs, they already have the risk of getting sick. So we have to take care of our babies, and especially if you're a breeder, and if you have young babies at home and you go to a dog show. I always tell some of my clients that go to shows, hey, I'm going to shows, and he just had a litter and they're like 40 days old. And I'm like, if you go to a dog show or if you go to a vet clinic, don't forget to take all your clothes and go straight to the washer and bleach your shoes with a little bit of water and bleach. And don't get near the puppies before you disinfect yourself, and not even near your dogs, because sometimes you get near one of your adult dogs and they do have some contact, skin contact with your clothes, with your shoes. They sniff your shoes, and then they go and they take that whatever touch there, those cells, to the puppies, and it's all it takes. It's all it takes. So we just have. I'm never too comfortable about taking dogs or going to dog shows when I have litters.
Right.
I'm really cautious too when we go to shows, just because I've heard of so many people taking their dogs to a show and then they get home and a few days later they get kennel cough or something. They picked up something. I think the most common one is kennel cough, and then it spreads to their whole yard. So now all the dogs have kennel cough.
Well, I had it with Sultan because I didn't vaccinate them, because I usually don't vaccinate them for kennel cough. Like I said, it just covers a small string of virus. The kennel cough has many types, but I guess it's not worth the risk. I'm going to start vaccinating the ones that I will be showing, just because, although if all your yard get it, they're never going to get it again. They get immunized, at least for that strain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we vaccinate ours, but I'm still very careful because, like you said, that the strains are different. So, but I want my dogs to be friendly and all those things, but I don't let my dogs get like really nose to nose with a bunch of dogs that we don't know. I don't do that. So, but
I know, Didi, but it is difficult. It's difficult because they might not get nose to the dog, but they will sniff the floor and they will touch the floor. And the floor is even dirtier than just a dog. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
so at the end of the day.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said I vaccinate my dogs.
But you also avoid, which is good.
Yes.
I do have something to say about dog showing that you guys were talking about. Hey, Quandus Hooker. Hey, Lauren, good to see you here. I thought you're not going to be in the live today. Somebody says hi to you. Quandus Hooker from Curaçao. When it comes to dog shows, I think that when I judge, at least, or if I am asked to analyze a dog, for me, first and foremost, there's something that is called breed type that you don't even. I don't think that you can actually understand breed type by just looking at the standard. Breed type goes a little beyond the standard, and this is me talking as a Dogo Argentino breeder. And I know you guys hear about this a lot. When I say it, it's because there's a meaning to it. And when I say about breed type, meaning more than just what it says on the standard, is because the breed type is also in the eye expression. When you are a Dogo Argentino breeder, for example, temperament and drive and the heart of the dog is everything on a hunting dog, on this type of hunting dog. So some dogs will transpass that braveness, that courageous heart that the Dogo is supposed to have. That's the first number one trait of a Dogo, is to have the heart of a warrior. And sometimes you see, well, it gives me goosebumps because this is my passion speaking, but I see that through the eyes of a Dogo, And if you're not a connoisseur of that breed and you have not dealt with that breed to that level of deepness, you're not going to understand the breed as you're supposed to be. That's why for me specialty shows means a lot more than any world dog show, because it's an all-rounder judge that's going to judge a Dogo Argentino. But if I win, which we've won many times, many specialty shows, those judges were actually specialized on that breed because they dealt with that breed, or they were breeders for at least 10 years of that breed. That's a requirement for FCI's specialty breed. They have to be more in touch, in depth with that breed to be a specialty judge. And for you to understand breed type, is not just reading the standard. It's more, it goes a little bit beyond. So when you get to that level, it means that you really know what you're talking about. And you understanding the soul of a dog goes beyond a written standard. That's what I want to say. And structure and overall breed type you see in the standard. But if I'm judging a Brazilian bull, there is that loyal and that fun and that impressiveness, everything put together. That's for me breed type. And I'm always going to look at that dog's eye to see what he transpasses me. Of course, this is my first impression. It's not everything. After breed type, after looking at all the dog as a whole, after looking at all, first impression is going to be that soul. I look in the eyes of the dog to see, because sometimes you see a dog that's very skittish and scared, and that already shows me that one thing is to be scared of the environment, but if you see a dog that is kind of not looking you in the eyes, it's kind of showing skittishness and fear, that's already not desirable for that breed. So it already destypifies the dog for me right there. But that's the first impression. And then you analyze the breed type according to the standard, the written standard, and how much that dog compares to the other dogs. Then the structure is going to tell me which one is better. If I have a tie in breed type, which we never do, at least at this point of the breed. But in Dogo Argentino, that is a older breed, it's easy for you to have dogs that have that breed type. And then you go to the structure to define which one is better. And if that's still a tie, then you go to details. But I think that breed type for me is everything. And then I will look at structural flaws or things that can disqualify, that are impacting. Because I always say, for me, I rather have a dog with small flaws, but overall qualities that adds up more than disqualify a great dog because of a small flaw detail. Like, oh, that dog has long toes, and so on. It's a shake. Oh, he has a little bit of a higher rear. Okay, I will not trade Shake with all of his flaws, or Klaus with all of his flaws, for a clean, show typey kind of dog. Just because I know that those hypertypes are necessary to produce the cleaner dogs. But again, if you have a dog that has all that impact factor, that wow factor, but if I have two Shakes, but one has both of them have better, same impact or same wow factor, like you guys say, but one is a little better structure, then the structure is the tie factor that I am going to consider to win, But I haven't seen a dog yet in the show ring that has the wow factor, the dog that Shake has. I haven't. Right. I haven't even produced one yet. I hope one day I will, but
he's impressive. And
technically, I know that Tractor is a better dog, 100%. He doesn't have that wow impact that Shake has. I have to be honest, he doesn't. But he is a better dog technically, and he's producing amazingly, and he's perfect. Tractor is perfect. He has no flaws on my concept, according to the breed standard of the Brazilian bulls, and apparently with the American bullies too, because
Right.
he did well in that ring. So I have another message from Papa Pitt here. Let me read it. Sorry, Ron, because we are on YouTube and it's hard for me to read the messages from Instagram because they go very fast. It is so important to acclimate them to that environment before taking them out to a show. Absolutely agree. It is very important. That's how we acclimate them to go to a show in the first place, taking them to shows. That's what Lauren did with Juju.
Mhm.
Juju, our Buchanas and Jumanji daughter, she is now partner up and co-owned with Lauren, and they are taking her to shows before we show them.
Yeah, there's so, Lauren said something about it earlier about, being able to introduce them to certain things. You can individually, I don't know, you can show them put them in different situations and teach them how to be social and teach them how to, just different stuff that you cannot get in a show. You know what I mean? Like, what am I trying to say? That
different challenges.
Yeah, the show is everything that you try to get them used to, all in one big whole package. So when you teach your dog, not to be aggressive and be social, that you think, okay, now he's ready, or she's ready, and you take him to the show, and it's just a totally different situation. You have other dogs, you have the music going, you have people yelling, you have kids running. You can't. It would be nice to have that, at some location where you can take your dogs and do show training with everything that you're going to come across in the show. And it's just hard to do that, especially for kennels, or just each individual that just doesn't have a place to take a dog for show training. Like I said, you can teach them individually, but to put them in a ring and with everything going on, it's a totally different situation. So that's the only way you're going to get them acclimated to show environment is take them to shows. If that makes any sense. I kind of felt like I was rumbling there.
Yes, 100%.
I want to. So Tony, sorry, Aria, I was.
No, go ahead, hon. Go ahead. I'm gonna look for something to share with you guys here.
So I think that what Tony is saying is maybe not take your dog to a show for its very first outing as an acclimation to that type of an environment, right? Is that what you're saying? Maybe that's not the first place to take them. Take them other places. A park, a ball game. I don't know, if there's kids, local ballparks, stuff like that. Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Home Depot, all the places that let your dogs in. But certainly, it's the next step. If you're not ready to put them in the ring and you have gotten them out there and socialized them and you want to see what it's about, definitely take them with you. But that is, I think, what you were meaning, Tony, is that maybe that's not the first place to go because it is everything at once and it's kind of overwhelming.
We always call it show training. And yes, we're training them to go to a show to get everything that you're going to encounter at a show. It's hard to train for.
Right.
So that's kind of, you're exactly right. I don't know that I'm getting my point across, but it's you can introduce them to certain environments and certain other situations, but until you get them in the show ring, it's just a totally different. It's everything that you try to teach them all in one. So so you're doing some training and you think, oh yeah, I think they're ready. I think they're ready for a show, and you take them and they're not ready.
They're not ready.
So what I'm saying is take them to shows and just walk them around and let them introduce them to different stuff, the music, like I said, different people walking everywhere, and because it can be stressful for a dog, I think, especially for a young dog.
100%. Yeah. Guys, I have here a picture. We don't have much footage of Riggs and Smoke showing. And that's because I'm not there.
Yeah, I'm horrible at that. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. We're gonna be going to the ABKC shows next, and I'm gonna be there, and I am going to be, because everybody knows how I am addicted to making photos and videos of the dogs. And I know it is a lot. Don't have to apologize, Didi, because I know how busy it is when you are taking care of two dogs and helping the handler and all of that thing, and helping two handlers, because Tony has been handling too, and doing all of that work too. So do not worry about it. I just wanted to show you guys some old footage that we have here, and some old pictures of Smoke, and some of them are a little more recent, but this is Riggs at 13 months old. And this is his dad, Tractor. I think you do see that these dogs are a little bit longer in their body, in their top line. And that is desired by the Brazilian Bull standard. Okay, you guys, just so you know, this is not, oh, that dog looks a little longer. Well, that is supposed to be a little longer. This is a Brazilian Bull at the end of the day. Okay. I do have, how do I make this here? I do have another one here. This is Riggs. Not the best picture, but we can see his movement, beautiful, his muscles here. And he was very young here. He's changed so much from those days.
Yes.
Look at him here. He's already developing those huge masseters and forehead muscles. What else do we have here? This is Smoke. This is for the ones that don't remember who they are. This is Samba's champion Smoke. She's a daughter of Bucana's. She reminds me a lot of her mama. And she's a daughter of Sheik, our first Sheik champion. Look at her muscles. Look at her face. And another thing is, I do believe that breeding dogs, we have to breed beautiful dogs. I think Ed Shepard said that once, the breeder of Gaudy Line, and he is right. I agree with him. We shouldn't be breeding ugly dogs. And look at this beautiful face, beautiful expression, sweet and at the same time powerful. This is our champion Smoke. Look at this picture. This picture is Riggs. Is that your granddaughter?
Yes.
What is her name?
They are the best of friends.
Yes.
They are. This picture is so meaningful, like the temperament, and it's almost like she's relying on him to be her best friend.
Yes.
I love this picture, and you can start seeing the transformation of his face here, like the head. How old is he now?
He'll be 2 in September, so a year and a half.
So he is, yeah,
16.
September 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But look, this is 4 months ago, you guys.
Yeah.
He was what here? He was a year old here. It's incredible how he's changed.
Yes.
This is him here too. Lovely. That's Riggs. I love this picture here. This is Smoke,
Oh, yeah.
Sultan,
I like
and Coda. I love this picture. This was in Shawnee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they were young there too, for sure.
Yes. This picture is amazing. Look at this. This is Smoke. She looks like a champion there now. She already knows, Mama, I'm going to be a champion.
Yeah.
And that was only 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do we have anything?
You said
Where's
something
those pictures? Where are those pictures that you sent me?
from the show?
From Riggs and the one.
I think they're.
I didn't post them. Yeah, I just sent them to you on the
Okay,
WhatsApp.
well, maybe we should post them. I'm going to make a surprise then for everybody. Just leave him. I'll post them. Just remind me and I'll post them because I really like that picture of Riggs, the one that we used for this banner.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I haven't posted anything. I just wanted to wait a little bit. I wanted to take everything in, and I don't know, I'm still kind of, it's a cool feeling. I mean, I don't know, it's exciting, and it's like, God, we accomplished something. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain the feeling, but I'm very humbled and excited, I guess. And I just haven't been able to decompress from it all yet.
I can imagine. It's a great feeling. I am so happy for y'all, and I can't wait for us to be all together again in a big dog show. I hope that we can all meet at Nationals, ABKC Nationals on December 6th or 7th. I'm not sure what day is going to be this year, or 3rd. It's going to be in Houston. So I really want to see everyone, and we're going to have lots of Brazilian bulls there. So it's going to be fun. So if you guys are interested in seeing Brazilian bulls for the first time in person, watch out for the next dog shows, because we're going to be having a lot of our dogs in not only ABKC, but the smaller entities too. We just want to promote the breed and show these beautiful dogs to more judges. They have to see them, and more people, because they are amazing. And they've already taken this bully world by storm, and now everybody wants them. And if they see them, it gets even more exciting, because they go, oh my God, they're so different,
Yeah.
And no, we're very excited. Let me read a few more comments on YouTube here. We have Le Juan. Hi, Juan. Thanks for coming back. Congrats. Hit the like button. He has this strange name here that I never know how to pronounce, but that's Juan, one of our clients. Hello. I'm just a little late. Oh, that's Lauren. Glad you're here. First impression, Oria. First impression. Oh, I think he asked me about what is your thoughts on LPK Bombastic? My first impression. I don't have a first impression of him, because Bombastic was actually I kind of helped produce Bombastic with Lucas Pitt, because I chose King Wonka, Bombastic's father. I was the one that intermediated, or I found that litter for Lucas, and I helped him choose the father for him to use on the mother. And, I saw Bombastic when he was a baby, basically, So when I saw him in person for the first time, that was 2 years ago in August in Brazil, and he was changed so much. He was already, I think, 4 years old. I think he's about 6 years old now. And he's amazing. He's a beautiful dog, but he kind of took a little bit of, he doesn't have much front. His front is very straight. And those straight fronts are very, very dominant. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but there is a type of age frame dogs that they are age frame, but they are so narrow that unfortunately that is very, very dominant, and that will pass along to the kids. In most cases, most of the times. I don't know why, but I see that a lot. So we talked, and I told Lucas, you're gonna need somebody that has wide shoulders and to counterbalance that straightness on his arms, on his shoulders, and his front angulations. And then he found Becca, and I said, wow, you found the best girl for him. And that's how Shake was born. So he's a beautiful dog, very correct, very clean, very perfect in structure. But there's something that people in Brazil breed for, and that's the wow factor. If you don't have a freak, you don't have a Brazilian bull. So he was still very, very too clean for the Brazilian bull concept. So that's what I think of Bombastic. Beautiful dog. And very good producer, of course. We've always let them mature to around 2 years plus, but recently saw someone breeding just over 12 months, which we don't agree with at all. I don't agree with either, but believe me, in Brazil, this is much more common than you think. I guess it's a cultural thing, you know. Sometimes the females are bred in the first heat, which I definitely don't agree. I like to breed them on the third heat. And but it's more about the age and their maturity. Some girls are more mature even at a younger age. Some girls are older and they're still babies, and some girls are just too young. Their body is not developed enough to be a mama, you know. I don't think it's about age or about how many heats. In my opinion, I think it's more about how developed they are mentally and physically. How do you see that, Vito? It's something that I would like Vito to comment on. How would you know that a female
I probably
is ready?
don't have the PC opinion on. I used to get people, because OFA certifies at 2 years, people always used to say 2 years, but I can't talk about the American or the Brazilian, but for the Bulldogs, I used to wait till there were 2. There's people that wait with 3, and I have found that if a female is a bad mother, she's a bad mother usually forever. And if she's a great mother, she's usually a great mother at 12 months or 15 months or whatever is the earliest, 18 months, 2 years. So, it just depends. Some people, if you're going to show a dog, you want to champion the dog out, I would say don't breed her till you champion her out, because a lot of females, once they have puppies, they don't suck up real good. And it's not supposed to take away from them in the show ring, but it does. So I know a lot of people, that's their thing. Oh, don't. If you breed a dog at 18 months and you're going to breed it just one time and they're going to retire it to a pet home, or breed it twice and retire it to a pet home, because not every dog is a long-term breeding dog. And if you want to place a dog, it's easier to place a dog in a pet home that's 2.5, 3, 4, over a dog that's 5 or 6. So I'm a lot more liberal about it. It just depends. I don't think automatically anybody that breeds a dog under 2 years of age is a scumbag or a puppy mill. It just depends. Like I said, it's a standard in a lot of breeds, because in the old days, everything, if you wanted to do the hips to get certified, you had to wait till 24 months or older to get an OFA. But they invented pen hip, and you can do it a lot earlier. It's a lot more accurate. So it just depends. I traditionally, I always try to breed a female maybe once. If she produced okay, I wouldn't want to breed her again. And sometimes I would only breed a female twice. I'd give her 2 chances to produce better. And then she's still young, and I find her a pet home, and she lives happily ever after. So there's different ways of looking at it. I know that's not the PC thing to say, and there's probably people are going to be like, oh my God, you never breed a female that young. But it just depends on the dog and the breed. I don't see anything wrong with breeding a dog on the second heat. They can be good mothers. I've had people say, oh, that's terrible. It's like, well, she graduated from college, and she isn't going to get a master's degree, so she might as well get married and have a baby. Because another thing is, young females pop back a lot faster than older females. I had a client that these people were dead serious about dog shows, and they showed a female they got from me, and they waited, and then they didn't want to breed her and this and that. And then she had all these titles. She was an excellent female. She had an incredible pen hip, great structure, great temperament. she was 5.5, and guess what? They never got her bred. She started getting cysts in her uterus and weird complications, and they tried about 4 times. And so she died at 12 years of age, never had a litter of puppies. She was a grand champion, and she was titled an Iron Dog. She achieved all these things. She had a pen hip in the top 10%. So the moral of the story is you went through all that crap and you didn't get anything out of it. So the point of breeding or showing dogs is to evaluate breeding stock and to prove it. Same with working titles, you know, and even a breed like this that's a novelty breed that's not a working dog. You know, you got to prove it while it's young, and then you want to breed it before it gets too old. You know, I'm the opposite of, you know, breeding too old. I don't approve. I really don't think a female should have more than 4 litters. I've never had a female have more than 4 litters. And, you know, especially dogs that have bulldog in them, bulldogs tend to deteriorate a little quicker than a regular dog. You know, maybe it's okay to breed a field trial pointer when it's 7, but I don't know if it's a good idea to do it with a bulldog.
Vito, can I make a comment?
So there's 2 sides to it. I see some people, you know, I don't think somebody should breed their female on their first heat at 10 months of age, that's for sure. And maybe not even 18 months, but, you know, I don't think it's a big sin to go maybe second heat, third heat. Like I said, I found sometimes when they're bad mothers, they're just genetically. I used to get rid of those dogs. I put them in a pet home, get them fixed. And
can I make a comment about it?
I haven't had a C-section in my. Sure.
Can you hear me? Okay. I want to make a comment about what you said. I don't know if I told you, but this is a good message also for Lauren, because she has juju, and that can happen. I bred Buchanas in her, I think it was her 3rd heat, but she was pretty young when she came here, and we bred her from with Shake. She was, for me, was the first time I ever saw a female not wanting to clean the puppies. Do you remember me saying that?
I think so.
She would stay with the moms, with the babies. She would lay there. She would be with them and feed them. But she seemed like she had no love for those babies. She wouldn't clean them. She was actually kind of disgusted by if I try to make her clean. And I had never seen that before. Like, I've seen moms that are bad mothers, that they don't want to deal with the babies at all. She didn't get bothered by them. She would just lay there. And you have Millie, and you know, we have Mona and Smoke. So if that happens in their first litter, don't get rid of the dog because of that, because she didn't want to clean them, and it gave me a lot of work. But I guess she was a little overwhelmed because there were 13, but I've never seen that. It doesn't matter. It's either, you know, they do everything or they do nothing. She had good milk. She was always available for them. She just would not care for cleaning them. She was like disgusted by cleaning them. I don't know what instinct she wouldn't want to see it or clean it. And even though I stimulated her and I gave her oxytocin, I did everything that we know what to do to make sure that she would bond with the babies, I would take them away from her to try to make her feel more like I need them, and maybe that would kick in that instinct of, you know, motherhood and want to clean them. Nothing. I had to clean 13 puppies for at least 2 weeks, like 3 weeks. But on the second litter, she did absolutely everything amazingly. She was the best mama ever. But it was only 3. But I don't think it was the number. I just think something kicked in, you know, later. And I was scared. I'm like, what if she has this weird behavior again, that she doesn't want to clean them? So I do believe that sometimes they are too young. I do believe that can happen. and maybe she was too young. I don't know. She just didn't want to do it. And the second time, she was ready. As soon as she came back from the hospital, she was cleaning. She was doing everything. You know, she recognized them right away. She was loving, protective, and just totally different when it came to cleaning. Because she was good at before. She would be there. She just didn't show any bond to the babies. What can that be, Vito? What do you think could that?
I mean, there's individual. That's not a terrible mother. That's just not a great mother, or not perfect mother. Bad mother is one that like jumps up and touches her puppies, and she doesn't have any desire. Like they smash puppies, they step on them. Something happens, they jump up real quick. You know, the good mothers are the ones that like. I have a female Dosey. She's had 2 litters, and I mean, it goes her mom, her grandma, her great grandma. I'm kind of weird. I don't like my keepers. A lot of times I keep them with the mother. I never take the puppies away. And they're in my house a lot of times, and my puppies are 5 months old, and I'm like, what is that? They're suckling on her. She has no milk, but they're suckling on her. You know, and that's a pretty crazy mom that she doesn't care. She never weaned them. She just dried up natural. So it's just, there's different degrees. When I say bad mom, I'm talking about you have to feed, you can't keep them in there with her because she's smashing them or stepping on them. She didn't even see them there. You know, she didn't even care. So, and I don't know, Buchanan's, you know, I don't know how old she was when he got her, but, and I don't know if she was bred before you got her, but different. I mean, all dogs are different.
It was her first. It was her first litter. So, all dogs can be a little different. My foundation bitch from 1997, and I used to think, oh, it's because I spoiled her, but she was a good mom. But she got to about 5 weeks, and she was like, "Get these little fuckers away from me! If they bite me again with them sharp teeth." She didn't want to mess with them, so I had to take them away. And it wasn't that she was a terrible mom. When they were little, she didn't step on them or anything like that. So it just depends, you know, and it depends too. I was in it for the long haul, 13 generations, 30 years of breeding them. And I specifically selected good mothers if they got one chance, if they weren't good, because I learned I used to have this female. She was beautiful. She looked purple. She was a blue fawn female and just gorgeous. Like everybody that saw her freaked out. She was the dumbest mother, horrible. And I thought, well, you know, she's maybe next time, terrible mother. And so if they're terrible mothers, you know, I don't mess with them. I just don't want to deal with it. I think it has great repercussions. It's just like with humans. They say the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. Nothing shapes your puppy. I don't care. You know, even if you're super mom like Lauren raising 15 puppies, nothing impacts a puppy's more than that. And if you got to wait till she's 3 years old for her to be a good mom, she's, you know, might not be a good mom. And then you got a dog that's 4 or 5 years old by the time you're done breeding her. That's just my take on it. I mean, there's other ways to do things. I just look at it that way. I'd rather get a litter or two out of a female, see how she produces. And if she doesn't produce great, or I get a puppy that's as good or better than her, I'd love to find her a pet home, and then she can just retire. But I bred a few females over the years, you know, 3 or 4 times, because every time they produce magic. You know, they just are good producing dogs, and that's what you want. You want the best producing dogs. That's the name of the game. I know people don't like the word cull. But cull doesn't mean kill. Cull means you remove it from your breeding program. And that's the name of the game. You got to be selective. That's a breeder. A breeder selects traits and
it doesn't matter if you're line breeding, inbreeding, outcrossing, whatever you want to call it. If you're not selecting for traits and doubling up and getting them to where they're more consistent, then you're just producing puppies, really. That's my take.
For sure.
Maybe I'm just.
Hey, who do we have here, Lauren? Can hear you.
I was muted. This is, well, it was King. This, he is one of our keepers. But
oh my God, look at his head.
Yeah.
Hi, handsome.
I'm trying to keep it in focus, but this thing.
Go back more, I guess. Go back more.
Yeah, good boy. Why am I stealing?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Forward more
Sometimes
than.
it's a pain.
He looks gorgeous.
He looks a lot like
He looks a lot like what?
Puma.
He does look a lot
looks like his dad.
Yes, very much. He's very, very good structured. He's one of the ones that I think that the line breeding's just super clicked on. They're 4 months old now.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
So.
Want to sell him to me, Lauren?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I don't have to sell him to you. You can just come get him.
No, you guys, but we have to remind everyone that we still have 2 black puppies from Puma available on Samba South.
Yes, we do.
If anybody is interested, because they're all beautiful. One is Royal and the other one is Apex. Are they on the website? If anyone wants to check our website, sambakennels.com, go and view puppies, and they are posted over there. And they're all beautiful. What a beautiful litter. Beautiful, beautiful litter. There were 15.
Yeah,
That's a lot of puppies. And we just sold Lux, the black female. Now we don't have a black female anymore, so we only have the 2 black puppies. And are you selling anybody else? Are you selling any of this? Because you have really nice, high quality females that you said you might not sell them, but you never know if the offer is good.
To the right place. There's everything is always,
the right place is
right
always the first. Yeah, I didn't even say it because we don't even not consider if it's not a good place, But
yeah, honestly, the only 2 girls we have after Lux are Majesty and Astoria, which are the Violet Fawn and the Chocolate Sable girls. So both are beautiful colors, very nicely structured. I will hopefully have updated pictures and videos by this weekend. So we'll definitely have to show them to everybody.
Awesome. I can't wait to see them again. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And we have Taylor Twardy here saying, I'm getting mine in 2 weeks. I'm so excited for my Brazilian bull. Well, congratulations. We can't wait to see him. And good luck with your new baby. It's going to be amazing to see all these. There's so many Brazilian bulls now already imported. And we have some litters that are growing now. I also have a litter with Oscar at Samba, Florida. We only have a couple of Nebula and Vitello. I think we have 2 males only out of the 11 that we had. Let me see. And because a lot of people ask me for my puppies, and I tell everybody to visit our website because it's all in there. Sometimes I don't even remember what we have available. Let me share with you guys so we can see together who we have here. Pele sold. Xuxa is here, and Paquita is here from Brussels and Cafeína. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell them. I'm just having other plans for them, maybe. So we have the white collar and the yellow color at Samba, Florida from Bitello and Nebula. And we do have a little video of all of them here too, if you guys want to check it out. Champion Tractor and Tetra. Renoir was sold. I have Chopin that I'm really not interested in selling. That's why I priced them really high. And when I do price them really high, it's because I don't want to let them go. This is a beautiful boy. He's very big. He's going to be tall. He's the tallest of the litter. And he's a blue tri, but amazing temperament, amazing. I think he's going to be a good show dog. And he's priced fairly reasonable for breeding. This is Frida, the only girl available from Tractor and Tetra. She was the one that I qualified as the last pick of the females, but she's still going to be amazing. I can tell by her, you know, I know how these girls develop. So, but I have a fairly fair price too, because of just the quality was not as good as the other ones, but I know she's going to be a good foundation of female if somebody's starting a kennel. Oh, there we go, Lauren. Now we have your babies here. Is Magnus still available?
Maybe the better he looks, the more I might have to fight Ryan.
Yeah, I know it's Ryan's favorite, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Ryan absolutely loves him.
And now they're already cropped too.
Yes, everybody is cropped, and they're definitely, they still look like those puppies, but they look much more.
They are just bigger. Yeah, Augustus is here with me, but he is for sale for $8,500, and he's a gorgeous chocolate tri. We only had 2 chocolate tris, Augustus and Valor. Both of them are here with me. Apex is the other black that we were talking about. He is so gorgeous. How is he looking? I would love to see him.
You want me to grab him? I'll grab it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Let's see how he is looking right now compared to...
Come on. Okay.
They are.
Just a second, Laura. Let me get you.
I'm trying to...
Wait. Oh my God, you guys, look how they've grown.
Yeah, this is Apex.
Can I see his profile? Like his fat. Oh my God, look at how beautiful. Look at the coat.
They're getting
I love
so
black
big.
dogs. He's gonna be big. Is he heavier than Royal? Because Royal was pretty big too.
No, Royal is still bigger. Royal is big. I don't know. I think that Apex is going to have a really nice. He's going to be really, really nice. I think he's going to be wide. He's got really big feet. I know that doesn't always equal to stuff, but sometimes it does.
Okay.
And then here is Royal, if you want to see him.
Okay, Royal is this one here.
Yes, and he is. I'm sorry, get your feet.
Let's see him. Okay, let me put you on big screen. Hi, handsome. Look at the head. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's also very big. I don't know.
Gee.
He's a big boy. He's going to be tall. I think that he'll be taller than Apex. But
I remember he had really long legs, right?
Yes. He's a very sweet boy. They're all very sweet.
Okay. And
right
Lux,
now
Lux is sold, you said?
Yes, I believe so. Lux is sold.
Oh, shoot. Just a second. Oh, shoot. Just a second.
Come here.
I lost my page here again now.
Oh, shoot, just a second. Boy, come here.
I lost my page here again now. See, you guys, I'm all lost here with the technology. I lost my page here again now.
I love the black. I think the breed needs a lot more black with all
Yeah.
the dilutes and breeding.
I love black too. I think what's wild is people don't realize that black, as long as they're not homozygous, black throws all of the colors. Like it throws the most colors. So
Yeah.
If they were homozygous, they would only throw black, of course, but these dogs are obviously not. They all should carry dilute because both parents carry dilute, which means they should be able to throw everything.
I think that's the problem is everybody's breeding dilute. Everything's dilute, chocolate dilute, blue dilute, and then you got these tri dogs. Well, those are all recessive, and once you double up on it, you won't produce anything but that. And then if you throw Merle in there, the problem with Merle is it dissipates pigment. If it dissipates too much pigment in the ears, you can get deafness. And black just screws all that up because black is the heaviest pigment of any color. So, plus I think a Merle dog that comes from a black dog, a black Merle, is the craziest looking Merle, I think. There's too many friggin' tri dogs. Tri lilac is everywhere.
There's a bunch.
That's why I think you throw a black dog in there. Also, the heavy pigmented black dogs, they tend to make even the dilute colors richer. If you keep breeding blue to blue, you're going to have issues. Chocolate to chocolate is fine because chocolate's just basically a black dog that's missing the black and just that chocolate melanin's left. But blue dilute, you're diluting the percentage of pigment in the hair. And if you keep producing dilute to dilute, after so many generations, the hair will break. It's just too weak. But black is a superhero. It saves you.
Yes.
Plus, a black dog, if you get a black dog in the sun that's muscular like these dogs, there is nothing that shows more cut and fiber of the muscle and more detail.
I love also how this litter not only had beautiful colors. So you guys, the reason we're showing this is because we only have 2 black males now. We don't have the black female anymore. So like Vito said, the black is very powerful. He's a powerful dog to have as a foundation. That's why I have my Puma, and Puma just crazy looking, and that's the daddy of this beautiful litter. You see the consistency in their looks, like they're very, very consistent because it's a line breeding or it's an inbreeding on Klaus. So if you guys are interested, just contact Lauren or me directly, because we need to move these puppies, Lauren. That's too much work for you, honey.
Hey, I hear you. It's a lot.
And we will work with everybody, like I always says. I always say it's always we had a very big litter, so she had 2 litters at once, basically.
For sure.
And there's still a few puppies here, and I want to help people that want to be helped. So just talk to me, and we will work a deal for you with these puppies, as long as you are the right place for them. And also, we have this litter that was just born at Samba, Florida. Shake, frozen semen, with Hope, beautiful Hope. She comes from a bloodline that doesn't have, if I'm not mistaken, she doesn't have any bulldog on her. And it's a beautiful balance. She's more the old school American, I was going to say Brazilian bull. Pit monster, the old school pit monster, with some touches of American bully in the very background. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, there are only 3 puppies, and for that reason, they are priced high. And they're still babies, so we don't have pictures of them yet. We will have pictures when they are 1 month old. But that's it. That's our puppy page on sambakennels.com. If you're interested in any of these puppies, just contact me. We have a great variety, and we work with everybody. as long as you pass the trial, because we also like to make sure that is the right house or the right program for them. Okay. And then we have here, my Enzo is a black Brazilian. Cool. That's very nice. You have to share him with us when he arrives. And Shane Elliott says, I want an all black like Puma and all white. Yes, it is more difficult to get an all black. It's almost rare. I think Puma is the only all black, and he's not even all black. He has a very small, tiny spot on his belly, but he's basically all black. He doesn't have any white on the chest, which is the most important thing, because usually they have the big white chest, and that's what makes him unique and so famous and so popular. I have a question here. Quandus asked me, Oria, I have a question for you. What was the moment you knew you made it in this industry? By the way, I live in Aruba and indeed from Curacao. Oh, okay. You're the one from Aruba. Nice, Quandus. Thank you for asking me. And Tractor has amazing feet. Yes, he does. Beautiful feet. Beautiful front. Very, very sturdy sets of joints there. And I don't know how to say it in English, but in Portuguese, we have a word that's called aprumos. In Spanish is aplomos. And we don't have aplomos in English. I don't know how to say that. Do you know, Tony, what aplomos mean?
No, I don't guess I do.
Yeah, we have more words in Portuguese than in English. That's why, I guess. But it is basically how firm it sits on the feet. You know, the metacarps sit on the feet. So the pasterns there. And let me see. Is black and the blue tri a good mix of color? Is black and blue tri merle? It could be. It all depends what the black carries, you know, because like Vito was saying, and how Lauren was saying, depends on what it carries. If it's not homozygous, it will just produce everything, right? It could carry tri, it could carry dilute, and then you're going to be having all these variations of blues and even lilacs or chocolates. But if it's a solid black, then it will not. It will produce merles for sure, but it will not produce the tris or even the blues. Maybe it's just going to be on merle. What is the combination? If a dog is black, Vito, it does not carry dilute or tri, and it breeds to a blue tri merle, we're going to have black merles that are, but half of red. Half of the litter will be merle, because merle is a dominant gene.
Well, it just depends. If you want a merle, you won't get but 2 or 1. If you don't want a merle, half of them will be merle.
Yeah. But what tones of merle would it be? A chocolate merle or a black merle with a fawn, maybe?
Well, if you have a black, if you have a black dog, it's dominant, which means it can carry a fawn red type dog. If it's a black brindle, and there's black brindles that you can't see the brindle in it because the background's black and then the striping is black of the brindle, it can carry everything: brindle black, non-brindle black, and non-brindle red. But if you just have a straight black that's not brindling, flat black, like Puma, he's not a brindle dog. He carries is for colors. He only carries his color black or his recessive red. Now, if he's bred to a recessive red dog and he throws the recessive red gene, you got a red dog. if he's bred to a recessive bred dog and throws the black gene, it's going to be black. But the dilution isn't connected really to the color. Dilution's a different thing. It's the reduction of pigmentation in the hair follicle, the skin, and the eyes. And then the chocolate dilute, that liver nose, it dilutes, wipes out all the black. I forget what they call it. Not melanin, but it sounds like melanin. It's the black, and when they strip all the black out of a black dog, it's chocolate.
The pheomelanin, no?
Is a pattern, but it's also recessive, so you got to have it on both sides. You got to either breed 2 carriers, or if you breed 2 actual tri dogs, every puppy in the litter will be tri because it's recessive. It doesn't carry any other. It has to express it. That's all it has. But Merle is dominant. So Merle, you could breed to a dog that doesn't have any Merle in its background, doesn't carry Merle, and because it's dominant, it will throw it. So it gets confusing. People get confused. They think dominant means it dominates the other color. Dominant in dogs, it just means it carries all those. So it can throw, you could have a black brindle dog, and it can throw brindle, it can throw red, and it can throw black with no brindle. And now if they have the dilution gene, then they turn blue. If they got the chocolate dilute, they turn chocolate. If they have both, they turn lilac. And then you can throw Merle on top of that.
Wow.
So that's what worries me about Merle. Like Merle's becoming real popular, and I like Merle, but if you have a blue dog, if your dogs carry the blue dilution, it dilutes pigment. The chocolate's not the same, but the blue dilute, it will dilute the pigment. And then you got piebald. With piebald blocks out the color. So pie is called a white spotting gene. So white is not a color in dogs. White is a sense of color. So if you breed a piebald that carries dilute to a Merle, holy crap, you're throwing 3 things. They make some pretty dogs, but reducing pigment in dogs is what causes the hearing problems, the eye problems, and eventually it's going to cause skin problems. So that's why I say black, right now, black in this breed, if you're starting a breeding program and you really want to produce some flashy, gorgeous puppies, you need a black dog. And brindle's not really popular. I don't think you don't see it that much. Brindle's the same way. People that used to breed Amstaffs and UKC pit bulls, they specialized in producing blue dogs there in the 80s, and they'd write articles about how the brindle and the black, it just makes a more intense dog. Have you ever seen a blue dog it's gray blue, but it's really washed out looking, kind of looks cloudy, or you see some, they're deep gunmetal gray, they're shiny. I mean, they're really, really shiny. Well, like Mandibula. Mandibula is a black dog, but he inherited both the chocolate dilute and the pigment, the blue dilute. But he's a weird color because I think his black color has a lot of, sometimes you get black hair that it bleaches out, almost kind of brownish red. And I think that's what he is. And then you have some black dogs that are just black as can be. So I think that's what, if you look at the picture of him in the pictures there, he's kind of a muddy blue. He's actually a light. You look at Jake, and he's a tri-lilac. So he's a black tri, then inherited the dilution gene, which made him blue, and also inherited the chocolate gene, which made all the black wiped out and leaves chocolate. There he almost looks chocolate, doesn't he? And here he looks blue.
Yeah.
I always thought Mandibula. I always thought Mandibula was blue before I met him. Before when he was a baby, especially because Lucas used to have him.
Right there, he looks blue.
He look what? I think he looks lilac
right
here.
Right there, he looks blue, doesn't he?
He looks lilac here. He's too light to be a blue here.
Yeah.
I would say. But
I'm going to say something negative about Mandibula, believe it or not. His color is the only thing I don't care for. I don't really care for that muddied up lilac. If he was black, oh my God.
Well, thank God we don't.
Thank
God the color doesn't make the dog, right? That's the best thing about these dogs.
It's just my preference.
But we're going to produce that black Mandibula, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna make the black line.
Hey, Sumo Bully
I don't care about the color.
We have Earl in the show. Good evening, Sumo. Good evening from all of us to our Sumo Bully family.
Hello, Earl. Glad you could join us.
Hey.
Never late, never late. We're almost done with our live because it's very late. Oh, I never answered the question. When was the moment that you knew you made it in this industry? Quando, sorry, because I read your question and I never answered. I think that I made it in this industry. It depends. I had phases of accomplishments that were very important in my life. The moment that I made my first champion, I think was a huge moment for me. So I shared this live where we started talking about championing dogs. And I think that when you champ a dog out, even if it's not your production, that it's a feeling, right, Didi and Tony? Yes. It is a feeling like it's a big accomplishment.
Absolutely.
When you champ out your own production, I think that's another moment of even bigger like feeling, because it's something that you've produced. Or if you see one of your dogs being champed out by a client or by a friend, another breeder, whatever, it's an amazing feeling. I had so many moments, and they were progressively growing, not only in number, but also in intensity. I was invited to be the president of the Dogo Argentino Council in Brazil for FCI. So I was the head of the breed for FCI, which is the Federal Cynology International in Belgium, which rules the biggest entity in the world, which is FCI for dogs, because FCI is worldwide. AKC is just mainly United States. FCI, imagine that all the dog shows, they have clubs in every country, many, like just in Brazil, there are probably about 50 clubs for FCI. So being ahead of a breed in a country like Brazil, that we were talking at least, 3,000-4,000 Dogo Argentino breeders, it was a big deal, and it was a big accomplishment for me. I stayed in that position for 5 years. Even living here in the US, they didn't want me to leave. So I was coordinating everything. But then after 5 years, I said, hey, I'm stepping down, especially because I started getting involved with the XL bullies. And it was kind of like contradicting to breed, to talk to be with FCI and to be with a modern breed in the bull bubble. I call it bubble, but the bull community, because it is a different community. It's a different concept. They are newer breeds. They are not accepted. Most of the times, they were not accepted as recognized breeds by FCI. So I said, hey, I have to choose. It's either one or the other. That's when I jumped out of the FCI. That was a huge accomplishment. And then I think in the bully breed was when I brought Klaus. I think Klaus was when I actually said, hey, this was the biggest step I made. It was a super expensive dog for my pocket at the time. I didn't have the money. I didn't even buy the dog right away. But I had a plan and I had a vision, and I built over the years. And now with the Samba family, with becoming a team, that was always a goal for me. I never imagined that I was going to get to this, but that was a dream. And I think now having the branches and expanding worldwide is going to be to seal this history of success, not only for me, but mainly for the breed, for the Brazilian bulls, and for the community, because we're here to provide for the community, you know. Thank you for the question, Quandos. I hope I had answered it. And everybody says hi to Sumo. Sumo is here with us. Good evening, Sumo. We hope to see you.
Uh-oh.
She left us.
Uh-oh, we lost her. Lauren, start singing.
Ryan Singer.
I was going to add to that.
No, thank you.
Do what,
I was
Vito?
going to add to that comment. Aria doesn't think she's made it, because people that think they've made it slow down, and she.
Oh, she cut you off.
Oh, well, it's just us.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
There he
Hi,
is.
Vito.
We both have Starlink. My Starlink,
Oh,
freaking Starlink. I think Elon Musk, all that money's gone to his head. There's something going on.
Now
we
she's
can't hear you, Mama.
Can you guys hear?
We can hear you, Vito.
Yeah.
We just can't hear Mama.
Oh.
She froze.
I know one time I kept talking because I couldn't hear her, and then somebody commented, "Hey, don't talk over her." I'm like, "Oh shit, I can't hear anything."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we lost her.
We lost her. I thought the
It's
start.
wild.
Anyway, I was
Stay
saying,
live.
I don't think Aria.
No, you're right. She hadn't slowed down one bit.
The minute you think you made it, reading. Yeah, you're screwed. It's like sales. You're only good as your last sale. You're only good as your last
No.
winner.
We can't hear
And if you think you made it and you're going to slow down,
Yeah.
okay, can't hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we can hear
can
you,
hear
Vito. We can't hear Aria. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. We were there today, and she just nonstop. Or I was there. She just just go, go, go. And then she kicked me out the door and said, "I got to go somewhere else. Go."
Yeah, I know. Sometimes
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I'm on my phone. I'm like, where does she have time to make these freaking videos every minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I don't
taking
know.
these pictures.
I don't think she sleeps.
Not very often. She doesn't.
Yeah. And I've come to that conclusion.
Mhm.
Yeah, my phone will ding at like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what is that?
But the
I'm
minute
like,
you think
oh,
you're
Ari's in the
comfortable,
message.
you made it, you've lost.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Vito. Right.
Your
Yeah.
browser has lost connection. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
I don't know what happened, you guys. Just remember I
Yeah.
told you guys on the group chat that I was having problems with my StreamYard. It was kicking me out all of a sudden. So that's what happened just now. But I couldn't hear me and I couldn't find my audio, and today's it's been crazy. Just let me open the door here for the dog. Just a second.
Keep on talking, but you can't come in.
I think Elon Musk too much money in SpaceX, and he's pissed off. Because my Starlink has been acting up the last couple of sessions.
Huh.
So you and Aria both have Starlink.
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm way out in the
I-
country, so I have Starlink otherwise.
I'm sorry about that. I really don't know what happened. And yeah, I was kind of listening to you guys. Tony came here today. We cannot say why
I
Yeah.
didn't say a word.
project,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
we will tell you guys very soon. Hey, just a second. I got a message here. Your browser has lost connection to your mic. Make sure you have the right mic selected and close any other applications that might be using it, like Skype and Zoom. Oh, that's probably what it is. Because I had a Zoom meeting yesterday and I connected, and for the first time I used Zoom on this microphone, on this computer, and I think that's what is kind of like interfering on the. But anyways, Tony came here today. He saw how busy I was, and after you left, Tony, I already did like 100 things, and then that's why we were late with the announcement of the live today, and I'm sorry about that, but we try to get better next week. My daughter is leaving for Brazil, so I'm very sad, very, very sad. I'm already suffering. 6 weeks.
Oh.
And she is my companion every day, every night. She's my best friend, and she's the only human that I see around here for many hours sometimes, and it's gonna be hard not having her around, but it's okay. She's gonna be so happy near my family and her family, and she hasn't seen her other grandparents and cousins, so tomorrow I'm gonna take her to the airport, and I will be pretty sad tomorrow, but I will be talking to every one of you because I want to make sure that I put my mind away from this.
Yep.
Okay. Guys, I think that's it for tonight. I'm going to close the live. I want to thank each one of you for being here. I want to apologize for Oscar. He said apologies because he couldn't be on the live, just because he has a full-time job now that he's working in it. At this time, he gets too tired and he's going to bed early, so he can wake up really early. But Oscar is active and he has beautiful puppies too. I can't wait to see his shake puppies. Oh my God, those puppies looked so big when they were born. He said he's going to get pictures this week. And thank you again for being here, for participating. To close this live, I just want to say that it's so important that you take your dogs to dog shows. It is not only important for you, for the dogs, but for your program, for the breed, promoting the breed, socializing the dogs, and mainly networking, because after everything that we talk about, at the end of the day, this is all about people. It is not about just the dogs, because the dogs don't even know what they're doing there. We have to care for them. We have to protect them. We have to preserve the breed aspects, the breed traits, the temperament, their health, But at the end of the day, who make all this happen is us. It's the group of people that put these things together. So supporting these ideas and supporting the ones that are supporting good actions for the breed. And those are the entities, the fun shows, the seminars, everything that we can support. Let's support it, because it's, at the end of the day, it's all made by people. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you next weekend, or next Thursday. Sorry, I'm tired. And I'm going to play some music. Lauren, beautiful. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I hope to have some time to talk to you tomorrow. I've been wanting to chat with you on the phone. I talked a little bit with Tony today because he was here. I talked a little bit with Vito. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And with everybody that's here, thank you again for watching. I'm going to leave you with some Samba songs so we can close it and let everybody settle. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Play that fun music. It's weird how it's going through the mic now.
Golden leaves, Texas breeze, Samba, feels like you see. Morning sun on velvet coats, big hot dogs and pretty souls. We don't chase, create, turn dreams into destiny. From Brazil to the States, everybody watching me. Samba can never